good afternoon, and good evening to all Africans across the continent and throughout the diaspora. My name is Akosua Prempe, broadcasting proudly from the United States of Africa TV. Before we show you this powerful moment from Burkina Faso, the emotional performance by the artist Sawadogo during the inauguration of SN BRAFASO, I want to help the world understand why his words carried so much pain, so much truth, and so much hope. What you're about to hear is not just art. It is not entertainment. It is a testimony of 17 years of struggle, betrayal, foreign interference, and the rebirth of a nation. For many years, the Brafaso factory, a symbol of pride and economic independence, was left to die. It collapsed under corruption, foreign pressure, debt, and leadership that was too afraid to stand up for true sovereignty. The factory was shut down in 2008. Thousands of young people lost their jobs. Millions of francs in local production disappeared. And the dream of an industrial Burkina Faso was buried. That is why the artist speaks with sadness. Because Brafaso was more than a factory. It was a symbol of a country's dignity. A symbol that was destroyed at a time when Burkina Faso was under the shadow of neocolonialism, under the influence of leaders who could not act without Western approval. He speaks with pain because those who tried to build a sovereign Burkina Faso were silenced, slandered, or pushed aside. He speaks with fire because the enemies of African independence wanted this factory dead, forever. But today, under the leadership of Captain Ibrahim Traore, the impossible has happened. A young 37-year-old soldier, free from Western control, has done what past democratic leaders could not do in 20 years. He brought Brafaso back to life, not with French money, not with IMF loans, not with foreign credit, but with the will of the Burkinabe people. This is why the artist proclaims, "Who told you the dead cannot rise again?" Because after 17 years of silence, Brafaso has risen stronger than ever. Because the people have risen. Because sovereignty has risen. Because a new spirit of independence is spreading across all of Africa. What you will hear in this poem is the truth about neocolonialism, the truth about fear-based leadership, the truth about how a people can lose everything when they do not control their own industries, and the truth about how one courageous leader can ignite a national resurrection. So, to all Africans watching, this is not just a video about a factory reopening. This is a message of liberation, pride, and economic revolution. What you are about to see is the voice of a nation declaring, Burkina Faso has won, the people have won, and imperialism has lost. Ladies and gentlemen, stay with us. Share this broadcast, invite your family, your friends, and your entire community, because this moment belongs to all of Africa. Now, let us listen together to the words that moved an entire nation. Here is the powerful performance delivered at the inauguration of SN BRAFASO. Could you roll the video?
The taste of Faso in every sip. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank the Minister of Industry, Commerce and Handicrafts. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live on the Facebook page of the Presidency of Faso. Eminent personalities, ladies and gentlemen, he is one of the most emblematic and prolific slam poets of our country. Voice of the voiceless, hero of the victims, his inspiration comes from everywhere and nowhere. Ladies and gentlemen, Sawadogo HTV tells us to go and tell them that today, November 25th, 2023, we are inaugurating our SN BRAFASO.
Hello. And with a sad voice he says, he is dead, it's over. Our enemies have won. His only sin was to have dared sovereignty. But look, they slandered him, arrested him, tried him, convicted him, tortured him before killing him. They didn't just kill him, they made sure to bury him with all his dreams and all his companions, so that no one else would ever dare to attempt such a revolution. But that is to misunderstand the Burkinabe people. A single man arrived, things changed, all the lines began to shift. because he said, no, it's not over. He is not dead. And even if he were, who told you that the dead cannot be resurrected? Listen to me carefully. No one here is dead and nothing is over. This Brafaso that I see, it is sleeping. We are going to give it a second life. A word given is a word acted upon. Despite the thousands of difficulties encountered, after 17 long years in a coma, Brafaso returns today among the living. It is revived with its thousands of jobs, which surely earned its slander and death on the cross. In fact, they had already understood that Brafaso is a symbol, and the best way to subjugate a people is to break all their symbols. So go and tell neocolonialism and all its little local servants that despite all their maneuvers, today, November 25th, we are inaugurating SN BRAFASO. Go and tell the enemies of the revolution and their employers that SN BRAFASO is our factory, it is our beer, and we are all proud of it. Go and tell the imperialists and their communicators that Brafaso is 100% self-funded. There's no credit involved. They already know it, but go and tell them, these enemies of the nation, that the Burkinabe people have come a long way. And all we want is our total independence on all fronts, no more, no less. We don't have time to be against anyone. We are already busy enough being for ourselves. We have simply made the choice to take responsibility for ourselves. The choice, well, to finish off all our problems one by one. And if our choice to consume local products bothers you, it means that somewhere you were the problem yourself. And in that case, we're going to have to light you up, because the Faso must move forward. The same people who always chanted that if terrorism is progressing in our country, it's because of poverty, are the same ones who say today that we must first finish with terrorism before starting to talk about creating wealth, jobs, and factories. The same people who, well, played the fanfare after giving us a headlight from a tank are the same ones who say today that celebrating our factories is propaganda. So I laugh and I say, long live propaganda. Long live the propaganda that creates wealth and jobs for our youth. It's visible. It's right before our eyes. Long live the propaganda that gives hope back to thousands of Burkinabe families who were long in despair. Long live the propaganda that transforms our raw materials into finished products so that we no longer have to export wealth at 8 a.m. and then at 9 a.m. re-import poverty and misery. Long live the propaganda, well, that resurrects Brafaso, which was dead and buried since 2008. Long live the propaganda that refuses to sell our corn, our millet, our rice, without first transforming it into a Brafaso product, 100% made in Burkina Faso. Listen to me carefully. What we are celebrating this morning is much more than the inauguration of a simple factory. It is a great milestone victory against imperialism. And Brafaso is the people's money working for the people. It is the people's factory. It is the people's beer. It is the people's taste, cultivated by the people, transformed by the people, and consumed by the people. And that can't be pleasing because that's exactly how they develop their country. And they don't want that for us here. But there is no resentment. We invite them to Brafaso. We have a variety of products, from sweets, water, wines, and especially alcoholic products, including Brafaso beer and especially Brafort. Ibrahim is a contraction of strong. Nobody told me that. But even if that's not it, I say that's it. Well, look, with his people, his strong arm, they transformed Brafaso into a strong arm. The people are strong, and if you are with the people, you are necessarily strong, and you even have the power to raise the dead. And since comfort comes after strength, let us live and live strong. Because anyway, well done to everyone, well done to everyone, well done to everyone, well done to everyone, it's for us. We did what we wanted. If we want to, we can drink. You can even use it to apply ointment. You can wash with it. If we want, we can make our paving stones and Mebo-style paving with it. It's for us. Furthermore, it's self-funded. There is no credit in it. They would like to be able to hear one day, it's over, Brafaso is dead. But this time, in order for this Brafaso to kill her, it is necessary first to go through the people and their bodies. Because Brafaso belongs to the people. And as long as the people live, Brafaso will never die. What this means is that Burkina Faso has won, the people have won, and imperialism has lost. Forever. Forever. Thank you very much. It was AGM.
Sawadogo, the HTV, Bravo, a true tradition of excellence and quality. Bravo, the people's beer, a beverage enjoyed and cherished by many. This is a celebration of heritage, taste, and community. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, we now come to the most anticipated moment of this ceremony, from the official commissioning of SN BRAFASO by His Excellency Captain Ibrahim Traore, President of Faso, Head of State. Ladies and gentlemen, some of the factory's facilities are cramped. Therefore, only the following personalities will be able to accompany His Excellency, Mr. President of Faso, in strict compliance with protocol and security guidelines. These are His Excellency, Mr. Prime Minister, Head of Government, Mr. President of the Constitutional Council, ladies and gentlemen, presidents of institutions, ladies and gentlemen, ministers, Mr. Governor of the Kadiogo region, Mr. President of the Special Delegation of the Commune of Komsiliga, Mr. President of the Special Consular Delegation of the Chamber of Commerce and the European Union, Mr. President of the National Council of Burkinabe Employers, Mr. Chairman of the Board of Directors of SN BRAFASO, and Mr. Director General of SN BRAFASO. Excellencies, Mr. President of Faso, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, now it is time for the ribbon cutting, followed by the unveiling of the inaugural plaque. Next, we will have the guided tour, the guest book, and the interview. Your Excellencies, Mr. President of Faso, Head of State, please.
My brothers and sisters, what you have just watched is more than a performance. It is the spirit of a nation speaking to the entire African continent. The resurrection of BRAFASO is a message of hope, strength, and total independence. And as we continue to connect and unite all 1.4 billion Africans, I want to hear from you. So viewers, I have two important questions for you. One, do you believe every African country should revive its abandoned factories and industries the same way Burkina Faso revived SN BRAFASO? Two, what does the rebirth of BRAFASO mean for Africa's fight for sovereignty, pride, and economic freedom? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your voice matters. And together, we are building a powerful, united Africa. Thank you for watching United States of Africa TV. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share to help spread this message across the world.